Alrighty, so in today's video, I'm going to be going over my fan-made idea for what next season is going to be. The name is Season of Salvation, and it's a little bit of a different thing than I think a lot of people might be expecting. But anyways, here's what it is. This video is going to be going over the season, somewhat of the narrative, not a lot of it because I haven't fully thought it through. What you can expect, like exotics wise, maybe just weapon perks, all around just like a fun idea of what a whole season could be. So, Season of Salvation. At the end of Season of the Witch, it is revealed that Savathun has an Ahamkara egg in captivity. She also gives us the last wish for the Dreaming City. This removes the curse from the city, and the Ahamkara egg begins to radiate with power and begins its hatching process. The Scorn within the Dreaming City notice the sudden change, which results in the witness feeling their minds change. The witness realizes what's happening and reaches out to Zevo, Wrath, and Aramis. After Season of the Witch, Zevo is much weaker and cannot fight at the moment, and Aramis needs to step in. Zevo relieves the command of her Scorn lieutenants to Aramis. Aramis manages to breach into the Dreaming City and begins assaulting us, trying to claim the Ahamkara egg for herself. However, she isn't really doing this for the witness. She wants the egg so she can wish for herself the guaranteed power and survival in the universe. The season consists of us defending the egg against assaults from Scorn and Fallen forces. However, the Guardian sees an opportunity. Aramis has been struggling with the idea that her dead friends' bodies are being used against their will, and our Guardian discovers a way to restore the memories of the Scorn to the former self through the veil. Now, this was kind of touched on in Season of the Seraph. Whenever Aramis saw her fallen friends, now Scorn, she did not like it so much. We heard that. And so we do this, and we strike a deal with her that if she joins us, she can assure that she survives in the universe, and she could basically, have another chance with her friends after we restore all their memories. She's hesitant at first, but then she comes around to the idea, and it's all around just trying to make sure that we can restore the memories. So after this, the Ahamkara hatches, and we make a wish with the dragon to let us through the portal. That's the basic idea. I know it's not very thought out right now, but that's because this isn't just the narrative idea, this is everything. So for artifact mods, first column, Unstoppable Hand Cannon, Overload Auto SMG, Overload Bow, Anti-Barrier Scout, Unstoppable Pulse Rifle. On the second column, we have Stasis Solar Siphon Combo, Void Stasis Siphon Combo, and Arc Stasis Siphon Combo. Once you said Stasis is going to be heavily featured in the artifact next season, and I don't believe they would have Stasis and Strand in the same artifact, because that would mean both of the artifacts, or both elements on the artifact, are locked behind a big paywall, which I know it seems like Bungie would love to do that, considering how much they love money now, but besides the point, I don't know. Origin perk specialization 1 greatly improves the benefits provided by the Kelbreaker, Headrush, Open House, and King's Totem origin traits. We'll get to the 3 that you don't recognize in a bit. Racketeer's Reserves. All reserve mods are discounted. Third column, Superior Shards. Stasis Weapon Fondables have a chance to generate Stasis Shards. Origin perk specialization 2. Weapons with the Kelbreaker, Headrush, Open House, and King's Totem origin trait are always overcharged when that modifier is active. Furious Sprites. Solar Weapon Final Blows have a chance to generate a Fire Sprite. Faint Traces. Arc Weapon Final Blows have a chance to generate, I don't know why this says go, to generate an Ionic Trace. Hard Breach. Void Weapon Final Blows have a chance to generate a Void Breach. Column 4. Unstoppable Glaive. Grateful Arsenal. Dealing damage to a champion will grant ability energy to abilities that match the element of your weapon. So if you're dealing damage with a Void machine gun to a champion, Void abilities will get energy. Powerful Pickups. Collecting an elemental pickup will grant a damage bonus to matching weapon element types. So it's like, pick up a fire sprite, you get bonus solar weapon damage. Refreshing pickups. Collecting an elemental pickup will grant a small amount of ability and energy to all abilities. Elemental charge. Defeating enemies with your abilities grants a stack of armor charge. For the fifth column, focusing lens. Your light abilities do more damage to targets affected by stasis. Crystalline shards. Destroying stasis crystals with stasis weapons will generate stasis shards. Elemental magazine. While you have a subclass elemental buff, matching element weapons reload from reserves automatically. AKA, stasis shards overshield, your stasis weapons will reload from reserves. Solar weapons will reserve, like if you have restoration. Deadly pickups. Clicking an elemental pickup causes matching weapon final blows to release a burst of energy that has different effects based on the element. Stasis slow, arc blind, solar scorch, and void suppress. Oppressive stacks. While you have stacks of armor charge, your abilities deal more damage. Your armor charge now decays over time. For the legendary weapon perks, we have Powerful Reinforcement. Picking up an orb of power while this weapon is fully out of ammo or grant ammo into reserves. Collective Clip. Collecting an elemental pickup will partially reload this weapon from reserves. Matching elemental pickups will fully reload. Precise Perfectionist. Reloading this weapon will load additional rounds to the magazine based on how many precision hits were landed beforehand. It's a little bit kind of like rewind rounds and like it's like a weird combo, but basically the way this would balance out to where it's not as like cracked as rewind is you get the precision hits, you reload it, right? If you have a magazine of 50, you reload it, it'll be a magazine of 100. That 100 magazine can't proc it again. So you gotta run down that 100 magazine and reload it, it'll go back to 50, and then you can get the 100 again with that mag. So that's how it like balances itself out. Class action. Activating your class ability will grant a small damage increase that scales as you defeat enemies. For activation, it's 10%, 1 kill 15, 2 kills 20, and 3 kills 25. It lasts for 10 seconds. That 10 seconds cannot be extended unless you have another class ability. Rooted Arms. Staying perfectly still for an extended duration will grant a damage bonus to this weapon. I'm surprised we haven't got this as a perk. It seems like it might be kind of busted, but considering how fast the game is now, not a lot of people stay perfectly still. And I mean perfectly still, not even strafing a little bit. Stand still. And you get a 20% damage bonus. Accretion. Defeating enemies with this weapon grants a stacking damage bonus to your grenade and melee abilities. Times 1 is 10%, times 2 is 20, and times 3 is 30%. That lasts for 5 seconds. This can be extended with more kills. For the origin traits, we have the reprised Dawn weapons. Kellbreaker. Defeating an enemy with this weapon grants increased melee lunge range. King's Totem. Scorn dungeon weapons. Precision final blows with this weapon drops a scorn totem that matches your weapon element. These totems deal damage to enemies nearby. Open House. Elation seasonal weapons. When surrounded by teammates, this weapon gains increased flinch resistance and rate of fire. The dungeon is called Graveyard of Kings. A Scorn dungeon set on the Tangled Shore. Fanatic worshipping Scorn are attempting to create something to ensure they have an upper hand. We go in and stop it. The first boss is a reskin of the Rifleman and his mechanics are similar. The second boss is a giant scree being pumped with dark ether. During the fight, the sacks on its back break and release mini-screeps to come after us. We have to lead these mini-screeps into chambers to blow up and weaken the barrier around the giant screep. For exotic weapons, we have Frost Giant's Fist, an exotic stasis sword. Heavy attacks with this weapon cause you to slam the ground and release a tracking wave of stasis energy that freezes targets. For the intrinsic, light attacks with this weapon apply slow and grant small amounts of stasis shards overshield. For the catalyst, shattering frozen targets will refund ammo. For the dungeon exotic, it's an exotic arc grenade launcher. For the exotic perk, your projectiles fired from this weapon break apart into multiple arc balls that bounce around the area. For the intrinsic, hold reload to fire an arc totem that tethers nearby enemies to it. For the catalyst, dealing damage to tethered enemies reloads this weapon from reserves. Exotic armor pieces. Hunter. Your Winter Shroud dodge now leaves behind a small roaming stasis tornado that tracks enemies and slows them. Titan. Tangles thrown by you split apart after being thrown into 3 smaller tangles that have increased tracking. For Warlock, your Arc Souls now target allies and grant them amplified and increased class ability regeneration. And that is all I have for now. So yeah, this is the basic idea of what next season could be. There's a couple more things that I'll probably think of later, but just for now, that's the basic plot of what's going to happen, and just all around what perks could be, what the dungeon can be, what the exotic armor could be, exotic weapons. But yeah, if you like any of these ideas, let me know. But that's really all I gotta say. So, peace.